Alright, Shalom. I'd like to give all praises and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of the great millstone. Peace and salutation to the hopeful elect. This is your brother Ahmad Bayan coming to you with another video through the spirit of Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakah Kodash. I hope this lesson will be edifying to you all, right? This little lesson here, it dawned on me that I was watching some videos and some pictures, and I remember I saw this movie, The Ten Commandments. So a lot of y'all will know the movie, you know, a real good movie, right? Although it played by a lot of Edomites, right, portraying to be Egyptians and the Hebrew Israelites, right? The movie was good, you know. Once you could pass, right? Once you could bypass the complexion, you know, or the skin, right? The movie was good, but it also had parts of it that had showed that wasn't true, and things that was true that they did not show in the movie, right? So you know that the movie was played by let me get it here. Right, this guy here, right? Charleston Heston, right? So this could be your grandparents and your parents, one of the favorite actors, right? And he played the role of Moses, right? He played the role of Moses in the Ten Commandments. But what if you could look at how he looks, you know, with the blue eyes, you know, pale skin, right? That was a lie, right? That was a whole lie. Now the part of the scriptures that I want to go into here is basically just to highlight that he was not this complexion, right? They were not this complexion that time. Actually, being that complexion was like a curse, right? It was a curse to be that complexion, to have blonde hair, right? And as you could see here also, the Hebrew writings. So right now in the small hatters and them who have this other Hebrew writing, that is just a made up stuff that they created, right? It was just made up. It's a watered down. There was a watered down language, Hebrew language they created, right? To hide the real Hebrew, Paleo Hebrew, a matter of fact, writing, right? And these are the ancient writing. These are the way how Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai speaks, right? Which the world is ignorantly called God, Yahweh, right? His name is Yahweh, right? As the Heavenly Father, as the creator of heaven and earth, right? And his only begotten Son, which the world is ignorantly called Jesus Christ, that is not his name. His name is Yahweh Shai, right? Yahweh Shai, that is his name, right? So, and the name is spelled in this form, this lettering form. That is how the name is spelled, right? Because the letter J wasn't created until the 1500s, 1524 to be exact, right? You can Google it yourself and check. And it was also only been really used, it only really came into play around the world in the 1600s, 1633, right? So with that being said, I'm just go into some more stuff here. Alright, so just bear with my Babakusha. So this here that I'm going into, so like here, this here that I'm going into is to show that, you know, the Lord had created a lot of miracles. He did a lot of miracles back then, you know, in front of Moses, right? You know, for our forefathers, right? And he did miracles that nobody speaks about till this day, you know. A lot of people forget, you know, because as the sayings go, you know, if you want to hide anything from a so-called black person, you know, so-called Negro, Latin, and Native Americans, if you want to hide anything from those people, any of us, you put it in a book, because our people don't like to read. We don't like to go into history. We don't like to go into any of these kind of things to get enlightened, you know, to understand. We more or less will just listen to what Esau Edom teach us, and we believe them nonsense, right? As Job 9:24 says, land the, I'm gonna get that. Job 9:24. It reads, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, who? If not, where and who is he? Right? And who is he? Is Esau Edom. Right? Is Esau Edom. Because as you can see here, the complexion of him, right? Of Moses, he covered the faces of the judges thereof, right? Now Moses was a dark-skinned man, right? He was a dark-skinned man. He was not anything like this. And these are stuff that they did to fool us, to have us believing, right? So I'm gonna go back in Exodus 4 and 6, and it reads here, I'm gonna start from 5. That they may believe that Yahweh, thy power of their fathers, and power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob had appeared unto thee. And Yahweh said furthermore unto him, Put now thy hand into thy bosom. Right? And this is Moses he's speaking here about. Right? As you see Moses up here. Right? But you could go into you yourself could go into your to this and read it through yourself and see. Right? But I just try to make the lessons short and try to get straight to the point now. Right, so let's bear with my Babakasha. That they may believe that Yahweh, thy power of their fathers, Abraham, Salakia, fathers of power of Abraham, the power of Isaac, and the power of Jacob had appeared unto thee. And Yahweh said furthermore unto him, Put now thy hand into thy bosom. And he put his hand into his bosom, right? And when he took it out, behold, his hand was leprous as snow, right? And that is, yeah, I show you, you see a lot of people who walk around the streets, you know, you might see their hands, the skin look like, you know, discolored. It look two color. Some part of the body, you know, have that paleness, right? No kind of pigmentation at all, no kind of pigmentation. And then the other part of the skin, it dark, right? And that is something that he did. So Moses' hand itself, right, from by his wrist come up to his fingers, his hand was leprous. Because even if you take your hand right now and put it into your t-shirt, into your chest, how far your hand is going to really reach in there, and then pull it out. That's about that length is the amount that was leprous, right? Verse 7, and he said, Put thy hand into thy bosom again. And he put it, and he put his hand into his bosom again, and plucked it out of his bosom, and behold, it was turned again as his other flesh, right? So it went back to his next flesh, right? So when it is you come to here now, pretend his clothing right now is dark, right? And when it is he turn leprous, it turn that color on top of it, right? It turn that color. And then when it is it turn back to his color, his original, so like here, his original color, it turn back dark skin, you know? So that's basically what happened with Moses, right? And this is one of the parts of the movie that they never showed, right? They never showed this part of the movie, right? And this was a miracle that he did unto Moses, right? That is when he gave Moses the staff and, you know, tell them to go back into Egypt to save his people, right? And that is one of the miracles he did. He also did the same miracle unto Cain, right? He also did this miracle unto Cain, changing his taking away the pigmentation from him, right? So as I say, you could run through the Exodus 4 chapter and you will see for yourself what it is I'm talking about. Right, so let me go to this is Genesis 4, right? Goes in more to Adam, when Adam, so like not Adam, it goes in more to Cain and Abel, right? When Cain killed Abel. So this one and all, you could go into it, you know, Genesis 4, you could read down, right? But I will jump to verse 15. Now, let's start from 13. And Cain said unto Yahweh, my punishment is greater than I can bear. You know what? Let me go. And now art thou cursed from the earth, which had opened her mouth to receive thy brother's blood from thy hand. When thou tiltest the ground, it shall not henceforth yield unto thee her strength, a fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth, right? And this is going back to also Esau Edom, right? Because Esau Edom, as you know, is the so-called white man, right? Is the so-called white man. Now it also have Israelites that are scattered in the midst of them that look like the heathens, right? That look like the other nations, but they are not, right? Those are the speckled birds, right? But and that's another lesson, right? So we just dealing with the complexion here with, you know, the 10 Commandments, with what they did, the people that they used to make the movie, that they lied to everybody with. Right? A fugitive and a vagabond shall thou be in the earth. And Cain said unto Yahweh, my punishment is greater than I can bear. Behold, thou hast given me out of this day from the face of the earth, and from thy face shall I be hid. And I shall be a fugitive and a vagabond in the earth, and it shall come to pass that everyone that findeth me shall slay me. Right? And Yahweh said unto him, therefore, whoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold. Right? Because the so-called white man, you're not going to see anybody attack the small hats, the Syrians. You don't see nobody do these people anything, right? You don't see no so-called Negro, Hispanic, Native American attack these people. We wouldn't do these kind of thing, because automatically, you know, as it say here, you will get, you know, whoever. Let's see here, whoever slayed Cain, right? And Cain going back into Cain is going straight into Esau Edom, because Cain is the first person that ever did death on the earth, right? That's why they say ye are like the father your devil, the devil, roughly paraphrasing, right? So it says here, whosoever slayeth Cain, vengeance shall be taken on him sevenfold, right? So yeah, you your punishment will be very, very bad. If it is you go behind these people, right? If you take it upon yourself and try to war at these people, right? Because the land is handed over to the wicked, and these are the wicked. And Yahweh set a mark upon Cain, lest any finding him should kill him, right? And that word mark, he left a mark on him. Now we go into mark. We have two different kind of mark. We have the charagma, which is the MOTB, right? And it also have this mark.
Strong's H226. Oath.
Oath. Right? We read here. It's saying the biblical usage is a sign, a signal, right? So that sign and signal is that complexion, that mark he put on Cain. He did that. That's he took away the what you call it, the dark skin from him, right? That pigmentation, he took it away from him, and he left him leprous look, right? A distinguishing mark, right? A banner, a remembrance, a miraculous sign, omen, right? A warning, token, miracle, proof, right? And what Yahweh Hashem Yahushai did in this part here, where it is he let a sign on him, right? Where he show him a great sign, right? Where it is he did to Moses' hand, right? Miraculous. Of the nature of a miracle, or having the power to work miracles, right? And that also goes in like the miracles that Esau Edom does, the so-called white man. You know, they create bombs, they create missiles, they create anything to do destruction. They create the army plane, the boats, the fighter jets, all these different things they does. You know, they create the robots. You're seeing the robot dogs walking around now. You're seeing they're making human robots now, right? They're making cyborgs. All these things they're doing, right? All these miracles they are doing. It also goes into the miracle where it is he, as I say, Yahweh Bashim Yahushai took away the pigmentation from him, right? Are you going to Omen? Omen. An event regarded as a portent of good or evil, right? It's saying here the ghost's appearance was an ill omen, right? It's saying sign, token, signal, you know, could have here prophecy, right? Right, so yeah, these are things that he did, he does do. And this is what Yahweh Hashem Yahushai did him. Right? This is what Yahweh Hashem Yahushai did Cain. And Cain is also Esau Edom. You know? Right? So if it is you can wrap your head around and understand reincarnation, it has something called reincarnation. Right? And Esau Edom is basically Cain also. Right? That's why in the scriptures it have Jacob and it have Esau. Esau was hated, right? And Jacob is loved, right? As it say, Esau is like the father, you know, the devil, you know, the slanderer. And that is exactly when it is you read through the scriptures with Cain and Abel. Cain always try to do things in slanderous ways, right? Anyway, I have also one more thing I want to show. Right, this is going into is it here, boy? Yeah. This is going into the book of Babylon to Timbuktu. Right? This is going into Babylon to Timbuktu, and it goes into the origins of the white race. Right? Now this is a real good book to get, and you could read through. Right? To try and get it and read through it, and you will see a lot of history, you know, also coincides together with the Bible. Right? So where I want to start is more at the bottom, where you're seeing Moses, a miracle, you know. Let me see. Alright, let me start from up here. The theory and probability is that they turned white. There are many cases of individuals turning white in Jewish biblical history. When power wanted to show Moses a miracle, right? The same thing where it is a show in Exodus 4, right? He turned his hand white as snow, right? White as snow, that leprous look, right? Then he turned it back, right? Now this is just a screenshot, but a picture I took on my book, you know. Again to its original color, black, right? So all you could do, you could screenshot this and you could read it through yourself, right? But I will leave it up like this. I had the book here myself, so I will read it through the book. You know, again, no problems watching it there now. This is right. Alright, so let me just read it through here. Just bear with me, Abukasha. Right, so read here again. It is original color, black. In ancient Israel, when a man had a white spot in his skin, or white or yellow hair, right, going into the blondie kind of look, you know, where you see a lot of women out here, they like to wear that blonde wig, right, which they're trying to be more like the white person. That ain't right. So the Lord didn't make you like that, right? A man had a white spot in his skin, or white or yellow hair, or white skin somewhat reddish, right? The so-called white man, right? He was pronounced unclean, right? He was pronounced unclean. All people who were victims of this shameful disease, right? And they calling it a disease, were isolated outside of the camp or city, right? The camp meaning in your house, you know, anywhere you was living and thing, you was isolated away from there, right? Those that had leprosy were called lepers, and they had to shout, unclean, unclean. All people in the ancient world who had yellow hair and leprosy were despised and segregated. This is one reason the white supremacists discriminate against the black people today, right? How now we have Miriam and Aaron spoke against Moses, right? And defame his character because he married an Ethiopian woman. As a punishment, power struck Miriam with leprosy, right? So if he struck somebody with leprosy, what complexion there was before, right? Let me see. And she turned white as snow, right? Now, many people have deceived themselves in thinking that Miriam and Aaron spoke against her because she was a black woman. But Salakia. But this is not the case, because Miriam and Aaron and Moses were all black people, right? They spoke against Moses because the Ethiopian woman was a different religion, right? So they had a disperse against each other. You know, they both, Miriam and Aaron, attacked, basically, you know, started say bad things to Moses, you know. The color issue did not exist in their day. To prove this point, the Israelites dwelt among the Hamites, Canaanites, Hittites, Amorites. So like again, so many words wrong. They had some kind of names back then, boy. Perizzites, Hivatites, and Jebusites. They intermarried, right? So meaning they went with other people from different nations, right? That wasn't a problem. That wasn't a problem. Like how they just want to make it a problem now, right? But it allows statutes and commandments and stuff you had to follow in order to keep certain things in a particular way, right? all the children of Israel did evil in the sight of Yah, in the sight of the Lord Yahushai, and serve Baalim, right? The idol god, right? A lot of people out there still following those things. Even when it is come to carnival and these kind of stuff, yeah, what you think you're worshiping there, right? Because they serve the idol Baalim, the god, the power of Israel became angry. You know, that's how Bashim Yahushai, and sold them into slavery. And that's how we end up here now, and that's how we is here now. That's why Esau Edom is above us and we beneath him, right? But that coming to end just now. It was the worshipping of the idols, not the marriages, that power disapproved. Marriages were forbidden because power feared that the alien race would pursue the Israelites in worship their idols, right? And that alien race, is not, don't think is, is is the same thing what it is already see today on them movies, looking like a little green man running, and not that he talking about, but that's the so Edom set of lies he still come up with, to 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 make people believe that that's how they look. As I say, Job 9 and 24, he covered the faces of the judges thereof, and he covered the faces of all those things. He gave you a different false doctrine, he gave you false images, and have everybody believe in those things, which is not true, right? Do your research. Alright, that's lucky, very rich. Right. Salakia. But in Moses' case, he had converted the Ethiopian woman to his religion, right? Miriam and Aaron used the Ethiopian woman as an excuse to challenge Moses' authority. It was a family dispute of jealousy among the three of them. Moreover, Miriam and Aaron were older than Moses. They said, "Had the Lord Yahushai indeed spoken spoken only by Moses, had he not spoken also by us?" And the Lord Yahushai heard it. In another case of jealousy, and so lucky there, he's giving me a little problems, right? I'm gonna read it over here. In another case of leprosy, power showed Moses some miracles, right? And as we just went back into the meaning of miracles and those stuff, that the mark and whatnot, the mark of Cain that he put on Cain was a miracle, right? in this to display to the children of Israel that they would believe, right? That Moses, well, I ain't take the picture of that one, so I'm reading from the book here, that Moses was sent by power in